to another episode in Zovember. Today's theme is Law of Attraction Tuesday, and I have a really fun video to share with you because it's a bit of a story time aligned with what I'm going to teach you today. And what I'm going to teach you today is about how to use objects to help you manifest. So let's get started. Alright, so before we get into this video, I just want to give a big thank you to a subscriber on the channel here named Gaia, because she is the one who asked me to create a video on this topic specifically and explain the story behind my manifestation scarf, which I have shared in a couple other videos on my channel, but I haven't actually told you guys about my manifestation scarf and how it works. So I'm gonna start off with a story time. I was in Rome and I was leaving in November, and this is after I spent the first full year in Rome, and I had come back just for about 3 months before I was going home for Christmas and to work on my next visa. So as you guys know, if you followed my journey for a while, I moved to Rome, Italy for a total of 3 years, but after that first year, my visa had run out and I had to go back to Canada. And at this time, I was very much attached to Rome, attached to living there, wanting and needing to go back, but just trying to maintain that trust in the universe that everything would work out in my favor and that my visa would be approved the next time around, etc., etc. And my friend Mackenzie had come to visit me in Rome, and we actually met through YouTube, which was so exciting. So Mackenzie came to visit me, and I was feeling in lack about, or in limbo, I guess you could say. I was very uncertain about the fact of whether or not my visa would be approved and I would be able to come back to Rome, but I really put all my eggs in one basket. So I did have a huge scarcity mindset on, because I just kept saying it has to happen, it has to manifest, I have to be approved. I would say that I wasn't living in the moment as much as I could have been those last few weeks in Rome, because I was so scared that I was about to lose something that was so precious to me. And Mackenzie and I were chatting one day over lunch and wine, and I had this idea pop into my head that I would buy something that really signified Rome to me, and that represented the fact that I would come back and I would wear this thing throughout my time going back to Canada, and every time that I would put it on, magical things would happen and my dream of coming back to Roma would manifest. And what I chose was this scarf. And more specifically, when we got into the details about what I was going to buy, it was a scarf that I intended that would be out of my means. So it's not something I recommend. You can intend with an object as small as like a crystal or something that you already have that you're going to create magical. But I said, Mac, you know, we're gonna go to Rinascente in the city center of Roma. This is like a luxury shopping center. And I am going to buy myself an Alexander McQueen scarf. I'm gonna buy myself a ridiculously expensive scarf in comparison to like what I normally would spend on a scarf, but this is the real deal. Like, this is gonna signify that I am going to return to Roma, and that every time that I wear this scarf, magical things happen. I saw this scarf, you know, I'm not one to buy patterns, and you guys know that, but I fell in love with it. And Mackenzie and I were looking, and this was just the scarf. It had red in it as well, which I have a thing for the color red. We decided that every single line of this we were going to give meaning to. Like, for example, stars represent the universe. The skulls represent dead limiting beliefs that you're gonna toss away. You know, the chain represents the magical chain of events and synchronicities. You know, the frogs represent the frogs that came into your life so that one day you'll be able to find the prince. And so we went through each different layer of the scarf. You know, the scarf was made in Italy, and they only made a couple hundred of this particular scarf, so it's extra special. So I bought it, and I'm not gonna lie to you guys, I put it on my credit card because it was one of those things I didn't plan to spend, and like I said, it was out of my means at the time. But I knew that I had to have it because the intentions behind it were so powerful that it was going to bring me abundance. And I'm telling you guys, I wore this to my visa appointment. I wore it anytime I was doing something special or going for a night out. I just really intended that each time I was putting on the scarf that magic was going to happen. And I can tell you that magic happened, and magic still happens whenever I choose to wear this beautiful scarf. So this, I would say, is my most powerful manifestation object that I own. And later in this month of Zovember, I'm going to be touching on crystals. So crystals are another great object to set intentions into and use them to create manifestations or create luck or abundance. So the reason why this works is because the power of intentions and the power of focusing your energy on the fact that you are in complete belief that when you wear this item, when you hold this item, or when you carry this item with you, that magical things and abundance will happen, The universe has no choice, because it is law, for magical things to materialize or present themselves around you. So things in our life, they have the power that we give them. You know, whether that is even giving away our power to some extent. If somebody hurts your feelings and you dwell in those emotions for a while, you're giving away your power. But the same thing can happen in law of attraction world as well. It's like if something good happens, focus your energy there. Or simply choose an object, a necklace even, a ring, that every time that you put on this piece, each time that you touch this piece, that you are activating magic. If you ingrain that belief into your mind, then the universe has no choice, like I said, but to create these beautiful, wonderful things around you. So I'm not saying go out to Rena Shente, run through the Hudson Bay and buy yourself something out of your means on your credit card just to create magic. It's not like that. What I'm saying is choose something powerful that resonates with you, or go out there and pick out something that is going to represent magic, that's going to represent you stepping into your most abundant version. And I can tell you that if you intend this and you channel your energy towards that, magical things will happen. So I hope you guys enjoyed this little story time and little example of, you know, my most magical piece. I hope that it brings you magic in your day. Let me know down below what you are going to use as your manifestation tool. I would love to hear. And I'll see you guys again in my next video.